recording on time. Okay. Thank you so much, beta. Thank you so much. Okay. So the difference between 176 and 176L is basically the size of accommodation in the computer's memory. The value remains the same. The value is 176 only. Let me take a simple example. Let us take a laborer. Let us take you, and let us take the President of India. Okay. All three are human beings. The value is the same, a single human being. But a laborer probably lives in a kholi, a single room. You probably live in a flat which has 3 or 4 rooms. And the President of India lives in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and which has 340 rooms. Now the human beings are the same. But the only thing is how much accommodation has the person got. That is the data type. Okay. The data is the same, but the data type is different. All right. Have you got this idea? 27 people have joined. Yes, okay. Okay. Now, why is this data type thing very important? Now, let us understand this. I told you that out of byte, short, int, long, float, double is the largest, considered as the largest, then followed by float, then followed by long, then int, then short, and then byte. So byte is the smallest. Why am I telling you all this? Is when you create a data type, for example, if I say int, say G is equal to 2.3. Now, if I write a statement like this, what do you think is going to happen? What is 2.3? What is the size? What is the data type? 2.3? Anyone? Double. All right. It's a fractional number without any succeeding character. So it is a double. And where am I storing it? It is being stored in an int value. So this means we are trying to store a larger value 2.3, that is a double value, into a smaller data type. Smaller data types variable. Can it be done? No, it cannot be done. Okay, so the computer is not going to accept this. The program is not going to compile. Why? Because you are actually trying to store a larger value, larger data type into a smaller data type. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. Okay. Now tell me who has not understood this part. Okay, everybody has understood. All right. So suppose if I write double, say m is equal to 2.3 f. Is this okay?
No, yes.
Sir. Who said
Yes,
no?
sir.
Okay, somebody said no. Why is there a no? What is 2.3 f? It's a float data type. And what is m is double data type. Can I store a smaller into a larger? Yes. Can I store a larger into a smaller? No. It should be clearly understood. All right. It should be clearly understood. You cannot store a larger data type into a smaller data type. Basically, when I talk about variables, you know that variables are nothing but containers. Okay, they are containers. And G is a smaller container. You can understand G is a smaller container. Can I store a larger container's value into a smaller container? No, I cannot.
No, sir.
Okay, so fine. You got this now. So if you have a smaller into a larger container, no problem. Okay. And if I write like this, is it okay now? Is it still okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is still okay. Why is this okay? Because by the way, if on the left side the variable is a double variable, we don't have to worry about what is the data type on the right hand side, because everything is now acceptable for double. Okay. I'll just start with a presentation and we can start working on that. Gurasis, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask, sir, can we store direct int values without a point in double? It will not. It will accept it.
Once again.
Int values like 2, 3, or 12.
2, 3 into what?
Double values.
Anything.
Without a point. Without a point,
With
sir.
a point also, yes. It will actually convert it into. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
You can. You can. Okay, I'm going to start a presentation and then we can work on it. All right. So we are going to do revision. What we learned in the previous data types, naming conventions we did yesterday, a little bit of naming conventions we did. I'll send you some notes today. All right. Numbers of other number system. Okay, you will not be able to see the screen now. What I'll do is I'll present. Okay, can you see the screen now?
Excuse
Yes,
me,
sir.
Yes. Yes. Any question, Beta?
Yes, sir. We have stored double m is equal to 2.3 f, for example, and then later we are calculating the value. So will it put 2.3 f or will it just put 2.3?
Beta, let me just be very clear here. The F or the L character that you put is only done by the programmer to store a value somewhere in the program. It is never displayed anywhere by the computer. Okay, it is not displayed. For example, if I say double M is equal to 2.3 F, and if you display it, is the F going to be displayed? No, it is not going to be displayed. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So when inputting a value, you cannot write 2.3 F. Okay, so it is only in the program that you can write the L or the F. Otherwise, you cannot. Okay. All right. Other data types. Let me just what did I say? Other number systems. Okay. Other number systems. If I have a value, for example, int x is equal to, if I write say 23, 23 is taken from the decimal number system. Okay, it is taken from the decimal number system. That means that 23 is a normal decimal number system, decimal number. But if I write int x is equal to 0x23, it is now taken as a hexadecimal number system. You have done the number systems when you did your, I think, 6th, 7th. The octal number system, hexadecimal number system, binary number system. Did we?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Do you remember them?
No.
No. Okay, fine. Let me just explain this to you, and I don't think we will be doing any further from here. If anything starts with a 0x, it actually means the number belongs to the hexadecimal number system. 0b actually means it belongs to the binary number system. Okay, and if I start it only with a 0, it actually means it belongs to, if I start it with a 0, it belongs to an octal number system. Okay, I have given you this part, only this part. You can understand if a number is 0x23 in hexadecimal number system. Which of these number systems do you know about? Do you remember about?
So binary and
Binary
decimal
and
number system.
Okay, let's
Sir,
consider.
actually, hexa and
Decimal
octal
and
were cut
binary.
in that.
Okay, fine. Let's take binary. X is 0b1011. if I had written x is equal to 1011 only, what does this mean? It is 1011. Okay, so if I try to display, it will display 1011. But if I write it as 0b, means the system will say that this is a binary number system. And let me just convert this 1 0 1 1 2 to numbers, normal number system. So instead of this one, we will write where am I? Okay, so we'll write 1 here, we'll probably write a 2 here, a 4 here, and an 8 here. This is how we did. So this is actually 2 to the power 1. This is 2 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, and 2 to the power 4. And because 4 wala area mein is a 0, so we'll remove that. What do you think is the remainder? Add these three numbers together, it becomes 11, isn't it? So after storing this, if I write SOPX, what do you think it is going to display? It is going to display an 11. Why? Because
11.
1011 is actually 11 in decimal. Okay, so 1011 in binary is actually 11 in decimal. All right. Guys, we'll just leave it at this now. Okay, you just have to understand that these numbers, if a number is stored like this, it is actually a decimal number system. Questions will not be asked. You may be asked such a question maybe, but what does this mean? What does 0b mean, and what does 0 starting with 0 mean, and what does starting with 0x mean? Understood? The conversions and everything is not, they will not ask. They might ask about these number systems. Okay, you just have to remember these, that's all. No conversion or anything is basically required. Next, a very simple thing, using underscore while writing a number in a program. Although it's not given in your book, but I'll just still explain. Let me say, if you are writing a variable, you write int say d is equal to 1 2 3. I've written a very large number. Now can you tell me how many millions and how many billions and whatever it is? We cannot know unless I put commas like this, which becomes very easy for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it becomes very easy for me for now to understand how many millions are there. It is 12 million, okay, or 12 trillion, I believe. All right. Now in Java, we cannot put commas. See, you can see that instead of using without commas, this line is more readable by a programmer, isn't it? He can read, okay, fine, it is 12 trillion. Okay, but Java does not allow commas here. So what do? What can we do? We can put underscores instead of commas. So you can do this. You can put underscore instead of comma, and this is perfectly fine. All right, it is still readable. You can see that it is 12 trillion because all the numbers are separated now. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For a program, it does not matter whether you write the entire number without the underscores or with the underscores. It doesn't matter. It is only a programmer who is reading it will probably understand it better. So for a program, it does not actually matter. Okay. So in the newer versions of Java, you can put underscores to separate the numbers. Okay, what is the rule here? The rule is that the underscore should have digits on both the sides. Okay, the underscore should have digits on both the sides. For example, can I have something like underscore 1 2 3 underscore 2 3? I cannot. Why? Because the first underscore does not have a digit on the left hand side. Can I have something like underscore 2 3 4? Now this particular underscore does not have a digit on the left side. It has a dot on the left side. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir, how will the computer read that 12 trillion? It will read as 12 trillion, or it will read the underscores also?
No. I just explained it to you. It does not matter to the computer whether you have written the underscores or not.
So we
It
can
does,
perform calculations with it.
underscores are not read by the program.
Okay.
They are basically made for the programmer to read it properly.
Okay, sir.
All right. So if I write this program and you are reading it, then you can probably read this number better with the underscore rather than without the underscores.
Yes.
Okay, for a computer it does not matter whether you write underscores or not, but there are some rules for writing underscores, and the rules are that every underscore that you put should have a digit on both the sides. As you can see, this number has 4 underscores and all the 4 underscores have digits on both the sides. Okay. All right. So this is a simple thing. So there's nothing regarding processing here. Variables. What are variables, guys? Can anybody tell me what a variable is?
Sir, like ABCD, sir.
Like ABCD?
No, sir. These are, sir, used in a program to like specify a value only for the program.
Specify a value
Values.
for a program. Okay. Grosis?
So these are memory storing locations in a program where a data is stored in a variable. That's constant values are stored in a variable.
Okay. You tried. Lemastic?
So variables are used to store values for programs. So using what's that?
Is that the definition that was given to you by ma'am?
So right now it was given value storing containers.
Value storing containers. Okay. When I create a variable called x, I write int x semicolon. What do you think is happening? What do you think is happening? Yes, Kurasis?
So declaration of the variable.
Declaration was variable, fine, but that is just, you're just giving me a bookish answer. I need now. This is the basic definition of a variable. A variable is a name given to a memory location. All right. When we talk about memory location, basically it is a location in RAM. Okay, understood? Is that fine? Is that
Yes.
fine? Okay, so now guys.
Yes, sir.
Somebody said, now Gurasi said it is used to store constants. Is it always used to store constants?
No.
No,
It
sir.
can store constant, but
Can
not.
we not store an expression? Can we not store a variable?
Yes.
I can
So we
now.
can.
Okay. So variables are basically containers. Okay. So they contain data. All right. They are basically containers. So when I write int x, what is the system going to do? System is going to look for a free memory location and give it a name of x. All right. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, can we store a larger value into a smaller variable?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Can I write long f is equal to 2.3 f? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay. It's a no. Why? Because 2.3 f is a float value, which although it is 4 bytes only, but it is considered higher than long, so it cannot be stored in a float. Okay. We have done this also. Now what are we going to do today? Today we are going to just quickly go through these operators. And when I say quickly, that means quickly. Okay, we'll just do whatever you are not comfortable with. All right. Okay, the first things we are going to do arithmetic operators, that is unary, binary, and ternary operators. The comparison operators, that is greater than, less than, and so on. There are 6 of them. Logical operators, and, or, and not. There are 3 of them. Assignment operators is equal to, and so on and so on and so on. So there are 6 of them again. Okay, and display something using system.out.print or println. We know how they do. Okay, but we'll again do it. Input using buffer reader class and input using scanner class. This is what we are going to do today. If time permits, we'll do something else also. Okay. Okay. Now in the example 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is an expression, isn't it? In 2 plus 3, 2 and 3 are considered as operands. We call them as operands. And plus is the operator. Everybody okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. If an operator requires a single operand, we call it a unary operator. So that means if an operator like a plus plus operator or a plus operator or a minus operator, if they require a single operand, we say it is a unary operator. Unary means 1, single. Binary means 2. Ternary means 3. Now, if an operator requires 2 operands, like again a multiplication operator, like a division operator, like a percent operator, they require 2 operands. We say x slash 2. We say x multiplied by 2, something like that. So it requires basically 2 operands. We say it is a binary operator. And if it requires 3 operands, there is only one ternary operator, that is the question mark colon operator. So let's consider the arithmetic unary operators are, as you can see, plus minus, plus plus, and minus minus. As you can see, plus is also a binary operator. So if, okay, in a program, can I write a plus 3? Can I write a minus 3? Yes, guys? Can I?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So plus here becomes a unary operator. But if I write 3 plus 3, so plus here becomes a binary operator. Okay, so this should be very clear to everybody. Okay, so we have a plus operator, which is unary, minus is unary, plus plus and minus minus, all of them are unary operators. Let me ask you about plus plus and minus minus. Plus and minus is perfectly fine, but what is the difference between if I say x is equal to 10 and then I write x plus plus, or I write plus plus x? What is the difference between the two? Raise of hands, please. Yes, Ankita.
Sir, the first one, x plus plus, is an, sir, I forgot what it is called, but sir, in this,
Yeah, it's called
this
postfix.
x is a postfix. In this, first we will print 10, and then afterwards it will be incremented 11, and in plus plus x, before printing it will be incremented to 11.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ankita. Thank you, Beta. Now, Ankita, I am not displaying anything here. So there is no printing here. There is no display here.
I was just talking about an example.
Okay, as an example. Fine, fine. So if I write this, if I write in a program, yes, can you tell me what will be displayed here and what will be displayed here? Who can answer? Yes, Anusha.
So in both the cases, 11 will be displayed.
In both the cases, 11 will be displayed. Okay. Does anybody have any objection here, guys? So no objection. So there is no difference between the two. There is no difference. Okay. Let me. Okay. Yeah. Anybody? Somebody wants to say something? No. Okay. So, guys, if x plus plus or plus plus x is the only statement written in a statement, then there is no difference between the two. It does not matter. It will simply increase itself by 1. But if it is part of something else, for example, if I just write now comes what if I write this. So now what is happening in the statement is actually there are two things happening. In this particular statement, there are two things happening. X is being displayed and X is being increased, isn't it? In this statement, there are two things happening. That is, X is being displayed and X is being increased by 1. Now, what happens first? Which of these happens first depends on whether it is prefixed or postfixed. So if it is postfixed, this means, okay, the other thing happens first. That means display happens first and the increase happens later. Okay, post actually means after. So that means the increment happens after something else is performed. And what do you think it is going to display? It is going to display 10. Why? Because it is going to display the value of x first and then it is going to increase itself. So what is it going to display? It is going to display a 10. What about this one? It is going to display 11. Okay, it is going to display 11. Why? Because in this case, it is going to increase first. That means it is going to increase from 10 to 11 and then it is going to display it. All right. All right. Let me take a simple one other example. Suppose if I say x is equal to 10 and I say y is equal to x plus plus, and I try to display x and I try to display y. And similarly, similar program, I have a plus plus x here. So what do you think are the values of x and y going to be here? Vatsal, you raise the hands first.
Sir, in the first case, the value of y would be 10 and x would be 11, and in the second case, the value of x will be 11 and value of y will be also 11.
Does anybody have any objection to this, guys? No objection. Okay. So this means now in this particular statement, there are two things happening. One is x is being increased and one is x is being assigned to y. Now which happens first? It depends on the prefix or postfix. Now post means actually it says no, I will increase myself after I finish everything else. So it actually performs the assignment first. That means the original value of x is assigned to y and then x is increased. As you saw, in both the cases, x has actually changed to 11, isn't it? It is only what else is happening is different. Okay, in this case, x is going to be increased first and then it is going to be assigned to y. Okay. I hope that makes sense, guys. Everybody? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just rushing through Bhuvnesh. I know
Yes,
you are,
sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
I know this is the first period and you are in quite a lot of Josh. Now tell me, what does the percent operator do, Bhuvnesh?
Sir, which operator?
Percent operator.
Sir, it prints the remainder.
Remainder of what?
Sir, of two numbers dividing each other.
Okay, if I write 10% 3, what is the answer for this?
Sir, 1.
1. Thank you. So the 5 operators, the binary operators, in fact the arithmetic operators that we see here are percent, slash, multiplication, minus and plus. I don't think anybody has any problem with this. Do you have any problem with this? Let me know. No. Okay, now last one is ternary operator. How many people have problem with ternary operator? Are we okay with every? Okay, Arnav? Okay, correct. Okay. So ternary operator is a little bit tricky. Can you tell me what happens if I write this expression? Say this expression. What is the result of this expression?
So 16.
Not a very difficult question, isn't it? Okay, now what happens with a ternary operator is ternary operator is written something like this. Some condition, question mark, value 1 and colon and value 2, semicolon. So basically the ternary operator has two operators, question mark and colon, and there are three operands. One is a condition, one is a value, and third is also a value. First of all, how do we write it? This is how we write it. Now let me make you understand what is the correlation between this particular statement and this particular statement. This statement was very simple, straightforward. You just evaluate whatever is on the right hand side and you store it into whatever is on the left hand side. But how do you evaluate this? This evaluation is done. Actually, it will evaluate it to this particular value or this particular value. Okay, the result of the x will actually store what value? It will store either value 1 or it will store value 2. It depends on the condition, whether the condition is true or false. Let me explain further. If I write x is equal to, say if I say 1 is greater than 2 and then question mark 0 colon 1. Now what did I write? Now first of all, x will have what possible values now? What possible values can be stored in x?
Sir, 0
0
or
and
1.
0 or 1.
0
0
or
or 1.
perfect. It can store only 0 or 1. Those are the two possible values. What will it actually store? It depends on this particular condition. Is this condition true or false?
False.
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 What will actually be stored
1.
is 1 will be stored in x. So the expression is simple. It's not a difficult thing. It is not a difficult thing. All you need to do is if you need to read this expression, basically understand this, that this x particular, that this variable is going to have can have two possible values, either this or this, and it actually depends on the condition, which is this condition. Suppose I make it as say 11 is greater than 2. Now what is going to be the value stored in x? 0. 0.
0.
All right, 0. Are we fine here, guys?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will start using these in our programs and then we'll figure out whether there are still problems. Gauri, you have a problem?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you explain the last one again?
Okay, the ternary operator?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, the ternary operator. Okay, now this kind of an expression we are very used to, isn't it? So like this one. This basically evaluates something on the right hand side and stores it on the left hand side. All right, so this is a simple expression. Now what happens when you use a ternary operator? So ternary operator may this whole expression, like this whole expression gave you the value 16. This whole expression will either give you the value of value 1 or it will give you the value of value 2. Okay, so let's take an example. So if you can see that there is a question mark operator here and a colon operator here. So before the question mark operator, I have written a condition. Now this whole expression will give me either a value of 0 or a value of 1. Just like this particular expression gave me a value of 16 only. There is no two possible values. It's only one value. Okay, fine. But here this will either give me a value of 0 or it will give me a value of 1. Now what value will be returned to x is actually dependent on the condition, whether the condition is true or false. Now if the condition is true, 0 will be returned and it will be stored in x. And if this condition is false, for example, now let me make it false. Now 1 will be stored in x. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So if I write, for example, SOP 10 is equal to 10 question mark 11 colon 22. What do you think it is going to display?
Sir, 11.
11. 11. Okay.
11.
So why? Because this condition is true, because 10 is equal to 11, 10. So it is going to return 11. That means this whole expression is going to evaluate to 11 now. And that 11 will be displayed by SOP. Okay. I am always using a word called evaluate. So these are the terms that you basically need to work on. Comparison operators, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, equal to. I don't think anybody has any problem in all these.
No,
They are all binary. Number 1, they all return true or false. That is number 2. Okay. And they are written like this only. You don't write equal to, greater than. You always write greater than or equal to. And there is no space between the greater than and the equal to. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and when we
Yes,
talk
sir.
about greater than or equal to, it looks like two operators, but we call it a single operator which is greater than or equal to. All right, so it is single operator. It's not two operators. Okay. All right, where were we now? We have done this. Next is logical operators. We have AND operator. Okay. We have logical operators. Basically, they are used to combine multiple conditions. And how do we combine multiple conditions? Is using an AND operator. AND operator may, if the two conditions are, both the conditions are true, then the result is a true. Otherwise, if any of them is a false, it becomes false. All right. Let us take a simple example now. Suppose you have to go to see a movie and okay, so what are the conditions? The conditions are that you should be free and you should have money. Okay, so you should be free. That means there should be no test or anything, studies, and it should be a holiday, for example, and you should have money to buy the ticket. So if both the conditions are true, only then the whole thing will be true and you can go to the movie. If any of these things becomes false, you don't have a holiday today but you have money. Can you go? No, it's still a false. You have holiday, you don't have money, you still cannot go. You don't have holiday, you have money, you still can't go. So that means both the conditions have to be true. You have to have a holiday today and you have to have money with you. Only then you can go to the movie. That is kind of a condition. Combining those conditions, we combine them using an AND operator, two ampersands. The next one is an OR operator. An OR operator is different from AND. इसके अंदर, if both the conditions are false, it is ultimately taken as false. If any one of them is true, it is taken as true. Let me take an example now. To go to a movie, you either have to have a credit card or you have to have cash in your pocket. Now, you have credit card, you don't have cash. Can you go? Yes. Why? Because you can buy using credit card. You don't have a credit card, but you have cash. Can you go? Yes, you can go. If you have both, still you can go. But if you don't have both, you cannot go. Okay, so does that make sense, guys? Or operator, if both are
Yes.
false,
Yes,
if
sir.
both are false, ultimately it is false. You must be knowing all this, but I'm just explaining so that everybody is on, all of us are on the same page. Okay. Now, the last one is the logical operator is the not operator, and the not operator is a unary operator, and it is basically used to negate a condition. So that means basically if it is a true condition and you want to make it false, then you can make it false using not. Okay, let me just take an example. 10 is equal to 10. It was actually true, isn't it? And if I put a not there, what is going to happen?
22, sir.
22.
22 will be true.
Yes, Mr. Josh. Yes, 22. Thank you. Okay. Where were we? Not true makes it false, and not false makes it true. Assignment operators is equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, multiply equal to, slash equal to, percent equal to. Does anybody have any problem with any of these? Can we have raise of hands? Anybody having any problem with any of these? I'll take a simple example. I have x is equal to 10, and if I say x plus equal to 5, what is the value of x now?
15.
15. Okay, so it actually means you are writing x is equal to x plus 5, and x originally had a value of 10, so 10 plus 5 makes it 15, and 15 is again stored back into x, so x is now 15. So when I write x plus equal to 5, I am actually thinking, and in my brain I am saying increase x by 5. Am I not? And if I write x minus equal to 5, what am I saying in my mind is decrease x by 5. And so on. The rest of the operators are the same. Okay. 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 Now rules of assignment. You can assign only compatible data types. That means int, float, double. That is the most compatible. But you can store a smaller value into a larger value. Okay. This list basically shows you that the double is the largest data type, then comes float, then long, then int, then short, and then byte. Okay. A higher data type cannot be assigned to a variable of lower data type. Okay, this is not very important. Not in your syllabus. Print and println. We know what print and println they do. Print basically displays something on the screen and the cursor remains on the same line as, okay, so the cursor, it keeps the cursor on the same line. When you write system.out.print and when you write system.out.println, it displays something and then moves the cursor to the next line. Okay, so this means if I write SOP and 10 and SOP ln and 10, is there any difference between the displays? Both are written in separate programs. If I only write this part, SOP 10 and SOPLN 10.
So in different programs.
Yes, in different programs.
No, so there will be no difference.
There will be no difference. Okay. If I say there will be a difference, think about it.
So on the display screen there will be no difference if they're in different programs.
Okay. So by the way, just check it out. just display SOP 10 on the screen, and when you see the output screen, see where the cursor is now. Okay. Okay. So basically SOP 10, the cursor will remain on the same line of 10. So when I write, so cursor will be like this, like right now.
Yes, sir.
And when I say SOPLN10, it displays this thing on a separate line. The cursor moves to the next line. Okay. This is what we have. Okay. Now, when we have multiple data types in an expression, the result of the expression is that of the higher data type. For example, if I add an int to a float, the result is actually going to be float, because float is the higher data type. Double plus float, the result is going to be double. And similarly, this whole thing is going to result in a double. You can combine all the following using the plus operator. Now you can combine the string and all the numeric data types and the char type using the plus operator. And basically all types except Boolean. So Boolean, you cannot add anything to anything. Okay. So suppose we write the string plus int, it actually results in a string. Double plus string also results in a string, because string is considered to be the highest of all of these. All right. Now the time is up because your next class is going to be there. We will stop here. We'll continue from here. I'll send you this particular PPT and you can go through this. I'll also send you some work. All right. Small programs, let me see how you do them. And then we'll proceed further for the next class. Before the next class, I will be...
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
So that work we have to submit on assignment of Teams.
Yes, on assignments.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So I'll be putting it up on the assignment thing of our 10 CTA group. Okay, and you can do it there. So any questions, guys? What's up?
So what will be the deadline?
I'll tell you the deadline. Mostly it would be Sunday. Okay. You should be, I mean, when you're working on computers, guys, the deadlines, you have to, I mean, be very wary of deadlines. Okay. I might give you an hour to finish this, but I'm giving you till Sunday. Okay. Any other question? Sarish?
Yes, sir. Sir, I joined a bit late, so I didn't know about the assignment. Can you please?
Assignment, I will be sending, beta. I have not sent the assignment yet, so I will be sending the assignment. It will be on the tab. And when I upload it, I will send the message on WhatsApp that I have uploaded it. Okay, and you can check it from. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys.